Hello there, Postafarians. It's me, Schizophrenic. Here I am on the mall. I've had a weekend, a real actual weekend. And so, yeah, it's very, very nice. Getting into the sort of normalcies of being a working stiff. And so here I am on my weekend, my second day of the weekend, which oftentimes it's called a Sunday and sometimes called a Friday, depending on where you live and your sort of when you live, what church you go to. And here I am down at the mall, and I haven't yet found some preachers. I'm down here pretty early because I'm gonna go home and play video games with a friend, and so I'm sort of getting this chore done. Not to call you, a chore, but you know how it is. Let me do the chat here. Hello there, Nathan Mercer. That it is a damning indictment of the DNC and its failed neoliberal corporatist agenda. There should have been a landslide and would have been had Biden not campaigned against progressive policy. I was sort of like joking about talking about the election, but let's do talk about it, because today's a great day to talk about it. And if there isn't any group of people that can lose an election to Donald Trump 2 times, it's the DNC, and I feel very uncomfortable aligning myself with a group like that. So, I'm not. I really do think third party is the solution to this. We could have voted third party for the last 2 elections and the outcome would have been the same. Especially in if you're in a state where your vote hasn't counted. So yeah, I do apologize for getting political on a religious stream, but I did threaten to do it, and today's the day for it. And holy shit, there are a lot of Christians who are talking politically. It's quite a surprise that Christians are so bad at keeping politics and religion separate. I wonder if anyone believes it can be done, and how they believe it's done. I've brought with me my guitar. Thank you very much, Nathan Mercer, for that comment. Yeah, it is having a close election with. It just goes to show that public discourse is not designed to bring people together. I have heard it said that these sides are radicalizing each other, and so I'd like to be in the middle, de-radicalizing. Campaign finance reform, probably a really good idea. Probably a really, really good idea. Oh, there is quite a bit of activity here I do want to not become entangled in. There is, though, street music happening. It's such a gorgeous day to be found in November. As you see, I'm wearing my t-shirt, even my crewman striped shirt. I just feel so comfortable out here in this lovely day. So yeah. Hello Pastafarians, thanks for joining me. Proper modern electoral system with proportional representation, multi-parties. I think there is a lot of work to do, and I think that we are in a situation where change is more than just feared, it is also demonized or scapegoated. Change is the scapegoat. I am disappointed in the cynicism of the city here, that boards are needed and necessary. I mean, they might be right, but it is very, very cynical that the best solution is boarding up your shop. Like, shouldn't you sell it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that right now. So political. But we can. I mean, we can talk about religion. Let's. So here I am out on the street looking for preachers whom I think will show up soon. And I've been thinking about the Stoics and the Cynics and some of the things that people were thinking before Jesus said he did the best thinking ever and no one needs to do it anymore. And the Cynics were called that because sort of their idea that pretending we're not natural animals is sort of a good way of denying what you are. And so Diogenes the Cynic, Diogenes of Sinope, would pee in the street and masturbate, in fact, in the street to illustrate what he meant, which was when we pretend that we are better than dogs, we're really just sort of fooling ourselves. Because, you know, we all shit every day. You just hide it. So, anyway, they called him a cynic, meaning dog person, because of that. And then it went on to mean other things, and that's fine, but I'm talking about why the word was used in the beginning. Sorry, I had to adjust my mask here. And then the Stoics, but anyway, that illustrates that a lot of the teaching of Diogenes was done in public in the street. And then there's the Stoics also, who came up a bit later, if I understand. And these Stoics got their name from the stoa, which is like a roofed hallway, you know, just out in the middle of, out there with columns. So if you're walking from here to there, you can do it underneath a roof built with columns. So it's a shaded area, human-made shade hallway. And the Stoics are named after the fact that they hung out in those hallways and they were talking that it was all done in public. All these very learned places began in public. They went into the universities and things, but this conversation belongs in the forum. And every single election will be the most important of your lifetime. Yeah, we need to. I really would be surprised to find the case of, geez, I really wish I could vote for both candidates, but have to pick one. I guess it'll be this one. Wouldn't that be nice? Two really good options again. Whom shall I choose? Please do pardon me. I'm going to put my mask up. It really does fall down a lot. Yeah, no, really important points, Nathan. It is a weird day to talk about politics. I suppose everyone has decided in their mind who won, and they're just sort of looking at the part of reality that supports it, and we're just going to take the better argument. But that's not it, really. It just is an authoritarian game we're playing at this point, right? Who has the authority to say the world is how I see it? Don't look at the parts that sort of contradict the way that I see reality. We shall go by my viewpoint. Isn't that what I have the authority to say the world is as I see it? I don't know what authoritarianism is, because I guess I've never really met one. Because a lot of times you've got to, if no one would claim the idea, then you can't accuse anyone of it, you know? So it's like, okay, you're not an authoritarian, but you do believe that if the president does it, that makes it legal. Is that right? Because the President Nixon said that once, and you agree with that. We need some shot protection by the roof Koreans. I was in Los Angeles area during the mid '90s when O.J. Simpson, just as a sort of like laugh, just to point out what time I was there, when O.J. Simpson did his ride, and also a year before that or so when sort of not Stephen King, my apologies, that's so embarrassed, Rodney King, sort of was filmed with his encounter with the police, that was a time and a place, and I was pretty far away from the action, but the fires were visible. It was quite a strange time. Oh my gosh! Speaking of strange times, the Cody Shody, fucking some more news. They did a whole full 2-hour presentation the other day, and oh my gosh, it really is delightful. So go watch that. Go watch the movie, Cody's popcorn movie, because it really is a bummer to be like, the mythology that we were telling our kids is pretty bullshit, and Cody is making an argument that like it peaked recently. Well, I think the point is no, it does that. This apocalypse sort of fantasy that our neighbors have, it peaks often. Maybe once in a lifetime, but that can be pretty fucking often. Back in the old-timey days, the Hebrews had that Jubilee year, right, where all bets were off after 50 years, and like, come on, fucking everything's, forget all that. Let's start over. And so, it's a part of our cycle, and it needs to be a part that we are definitely careful of and minimize the danger of, I suppose. And we do that by talking with each other out here in the Agora, which is being boarded up. The Aborda. This is, no one's here because COVID. Look, like tons of the reason that it's so chill downtown right now is political. It's very, very sad. Here's the Paramount, which John Cleese finally relented. Finally, he's not going to come. He was the last one, I think, to cancel his appointment at the Paramount because he's a COVID denier, of course. Yeah, even Coyote Ugly up there, they think violence is going to reach the second floor. So that's a bummer. I feel really good living in Denver because we got double parking now. We just sort of had it imported. So very exciting to be counted among the big boys. There are no Priuses on the street right now, so I am just wasting my time with you doing some radio show. My computer is totally melted down. I attempted to get it up so that we could do a radio show from our garage. I might be able to do it tonight, but I might have to pour a ton of fucking money into it. And then, apparently, now tell me if I'm wrong about this, but when you buy the computer at the computer store, and they're like, here is computer number 830, we give it this name, and it lives in this case, and we have 1 million of them, then, like, you can't upgrade it because all the other parts of the system are running at their maximum, right? It's like totally maximum. Look at Subway. Oh my god. Oh, it is so fucking Trump right now. Oh my goodness. Good gracious. So yeah, I mean, look, Trump City has been set up in downtown. Let's go check it out. They moved it. I living here on the mall. I have a couple I can't. Now people, many more people are using it as where they're going to sleep tonight. Uh, I don't care about what the causes are, you know. I'm just saying this metric is up, and I'm going to take you to the place where it really is crazy up. It's hard to believe, and there was a place for it, and it was sort of in a park with monuments, and you know, it was a fitting monument, I think. And then it was moved. The ramshackle city that grew and grew during Trump's administration. So I feel like the coin is in the air, though. We know which way it's coming up, right? 20 years ago, you know, we knew which way it was coming up, I think. And I didn't even play the game back then. But also, it smells like weed right now, which is great. American exceptionalism, yeah. I think a lot of people have mythologized the American exceptionalism and then given it to Jesus for the reason why we can just assume American exceptionalism is because we're the best at Jesus thing, but you know, I mean, I really don't like mixing politics and religion. I do think that it's one of our biggest flaws, that we need to politicize our religious beliefs. Or vice versa. Some of these corporations that can afford these things. By the way, I would like to have these when they're done, and I'd like to build my set in my garage with them, but I do worry that they'll just be headed to the trash once corporations are done renting them for a moment. I'd like them next, but I do believe it would be hard to organize that. It would cost me more than buying a new one than to plead with the corporations to have their leftovers. Americans merge nationalism and patriotism. I would like to talk to some Americans about that. I'd like to, I mean, if I was a more inviting person, I would stop these people here in the street and have these conversations with them. I just, you know the answer is no. If we were to get a film crew, I think I could do it, because people think you know what you're talking about when you got your film crew. How you doing? Oh, I'm just... not really. I'm super out of tune, but I am a sort of street guy. Street comedian, I think, is what I would call it.
That's cool.
You just setting up?
I'm just kind of riding around.
Nice. There's a guy on Venice on skate, something very similar. Do you know him? Cool. Yeah, I'll be down this way really soon. See you real soon. That's cool. Fucking some street musicians there. But I'm gonna go talk to him alone. I don't need to, carry you guys with him. I do want to talk to these street preachers. He is a street preacher. If I do find somebody later, I'll record some of it, maybe stream some of it. But yeah, I do want to get to sort of the end of this thought, and you can compare the sort of population of these areas over time, and help me see what's going on. I do have a hard time processing these ideas, understanding numbers and everything. But over here we've got, let me see, can I turn it around? I surely can. It's this button here. Oh, boink. Alright, so there we've got the Capitol. In front of that we got Lincoln Park, if you can believe such a thing. And in Lincoln Park there is the Ten Commandments monument, which I have yet to deface. just to be clear. I have been opposing the Ten Commandments monument for much of my time here as a prophet of Denver, and it stands there. It's sort of there. I see it now with my own eyes. It survives, even though it is a thing that I would remove if I could edit anything about this area. I'd remove that Ten Commandments monument, and then I would build lots of houses for these people here who live in sort of Trump City. And they used to live here, which I think we should still allow them. I think the whole problem was they're like, hey, you're getting your spray paint all over our very nice building. We're gonna have to move it back. This is the same wall, right, that Trump has built around the White House. Here it extends into Denver. And its real effect is to move Trump City one block away. But that's alright, because look, he's moved it into the Forum, into the Stoa. So we shall go, in fact, into the Stoa here. I guess when it's turned, it's probably technically called something else, but, you know, I would like to talk to a Greek about it. Anyway, Pastafarians, thanks for joining me today. I'm gonna stop this stream now. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of new street stuff. See if I can make some 50 cents. And I just don't have enough hands right now. If anything interesting happens, I'll definitely film it. Got my recorder going, and I'll see you later, guys. Really be safe, because I think, let me lecture a bit about there's this idea that I've been thinking about, and it's sort of a non-aggression pact. It's called, and I think that what it actually is an assured aggression pact. It seems to be like a device that will assure that any misunderstandings will be met with justified violence, and then that is more of a promise that if anyone steps over this line, the violence will be unbounded. So I think that it more has to do with that, because I think what would be a sort of more good faith way of saying what they're pretending they're saying is not a non-aggression pact, but a least aggression pact. I don't know, I haven't really thought about it yet. I guess I'm not fed well enough to be receiving too much fucking personal revelation on this subject. But anyway, I'm gonna fuck off, guys, and then I'll talk to you real soon, yeah? Thanks for coming, hanging out with me, and thanks for still, believing in the world. Like, there's lots of people who are just like ready for it to be done, and when it's like, oh, it exploded, good. And I'm not gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna be like, oh, we blew it up, fuck, we're pretty stupid. Anyway, later.